Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me for your daily collective reading. This reading will be for the general audience. It's timeless in nature, so hopefully you'll get to this message when you need to receive it. Spirit guides, archangels, and divine messengers, what message do we have for the collective? What do they need to know? We do have Mercury in these, and it's debilitated here. Mercury in Pisces can cause confusions, delusions, self-deception, very subjective thinking, illogical thinking, or irrational thinking. It's also very creative placement. So your imagination is heightened and will be heightened for the next 25 days about. See, spirit guides, divine messengers, archangels. Message for the collective, please. Message for the collective. Resistance, secret admirer, suppressing, timid. Okay, this is interesting. Secret admirer, suppressing, timid. What are you resisting? Is someone stalking you, or do you think someone is stalking you, or this is very Piscean. This card looks like a bunch of water. This is an ocean, the sky is blue. Secret admirer and resistance, suppressing and timid. Elusive, more Pisces energy. Now, resistance is not Pisces. That's more so like Saturn and Mars. But elusive is definitely Pisces. Dishonesty, deception, and trickery. Mercury and Pisces. This is really not clear. Resistance, elusive. Okay. So, okay. Listen. Um, you guys may be pining after someone who does not want to be with you, or vice versa. There could be somebody that you don't know, who is fantasizing about you, or you're fantasizing about someone who does not want to be with you. You're lying to yourself about this connection, or they're lying to themselves about you. This is like limerence or falling in love with someone you don't know, like a celebrity, or again, a secret admirer, someone who knows you, but you don't know them, or if you do know them, you're not attracted to them. And this person's like fantasizing about you. They're being delusional about this situation. So they're not together. They don't talk to you. They don't know you. Or if they do know you, they've never indicated that they wanted to be with you. And you still don't see that this is not going to work. But you still think there's a possibility or an opportunity for you guys to connect. Dishonesty, deception, trickery, Mercury in Pisces conjunct Neptune. This is highly delusional thinking. You could have a crush on someone who doesn't know you. And if they knew you, they wouldn't want to be with you. Not to be like that. But what is happening? Who's doing this? You're lusting after someone or crushing over someone who you don't know. This person is not they're not accessible to you. They're far away. I can't even see your face. Their back is turned towards you. They don't even know you. They're at a distance from you. This could be you or someone who's thinking about you. Dishonesty, deception, trickery. Secret admirer, suppressing, timid. They're afraid of coming towards you. Do you know this person? You're far from them. You see, this person's all the way in the distance, all the way back there. all the way in the distance. You can't even see them. They're walking away from you. You think they're walking towards, are they walking away from you or walking towards you? You don't even know. That's, you're not together. You're not connected at all. This is so, either this is not a practical situation, it's not practical. They don't know you. They don't want to be with you. They can't be with you. Something is not practical and you're still fantasizing about it. You're lying to yourself or they're lying to themselves. It could be both. Only you. Oh, Lord. Devoted, attached, crave. Is this a stalker? Exhaustion, depletion, drained, long journey. Mistakes. Misunderstood, victim, lost soul. Realizations. Yeah, hopefully you realize that this is not going to work. Epiphanies, understandings, awakenings. Yeah, this is Saturn and Pisces. Seeing things for what they are, not for what you want them to be. So Mercury is going to meet Saturn before it meets Neptune in this conjunction. So, okay, so you could have gone through this process already. You could have already been through this process of like being in love with someone who didn't want to be with you or couldn't be with you for practical reasons or whatever, and you were still fantasizing about them. At some point, you realize that it's just that, a fantasy. You're not meant to be with this person. If they met you or if you were together, you would not be happy in this relationship. Depleted, drained, long journey. Hopefully, you're not stalking someone or someone isn't stalking you. Only you. Devoted to someone you don't know, who you can't be with, who's not with you, who doesn't want to be with you, who can't be with you. You're not compatible. Yeah, I think because this person's walking away, right? And you can see here that they're gone. The road is completely empty. There's no one here. So it's like after many months or years of waiting for a phone call back or waiting for them to return, you're realizing that they're not going to come back. It's over. You've exhausted this fantasy. You're realizing that it was self-deception. You were deluding yourself. Mercury conjunct the North Node and Saturn is about epiphanies and awareness and awakening. Being very clear. Even though the North Node is a very foggy, elusive planet, I think Saturn being here with it, this eclipse, this new moon eclipse is going to illuminate some things for you pertaining to a fantasy you had, an illusion, a dream of someone. This is like you're not together. You're not going to be together. Long journey. They're far away from you. Either physically, emotionally, energetically, you're not supposed to be together. I don't know who this is for. This is a strange message. Hopefully, some weirdo isn't coming to visit you. Some stalker you've rejected. They're not trying to see you. I don't think they will. I think they'll realize that they made a mistake or the attraction is not reciprocated. Especially if you haven't spoken to them for weeks, months, years. Spirit guides, more information and insight for the collective, please. This is so over with. It never was. This never was what you thought it was. Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn energy. Ace of Swords. Right. A Capricorn could have been delusional. Earth sign. They're the one for me. You're in a relationship with yourself by yourself. As a matter of fact, I don't think you can be with this person, or I don't think this person can be with you. You're far away from them. Every time they try to connect with you, they can't reach you or you can't reach them. They're going to realize that. Or they're going to try to communicate with you, reach out to you in some way. And whoever reaches out to this person, they'll be disappointed. This person doesn't want to be with them. This is a one-sided attraction. This is not mutual. Someone's delusional. They've created this whole fantasy about a relationship that will never happen in their minds. Neptune and Pisces. Somebody could be a mutable sign. Sagittarius, Pisces, Virgo, or Gemini. And they're going to realize that they've been pining after someone who doesn't exist. The attraction is not mutual. The relationship could never work. It's impractical. Yeah, a lot of fantasies and illusions are about to be smashed with this new moon in Pisces, conjunct Saturn and Neptune. And the North Node. One more, okay. One more. Eight of Swords, Gemini energy. In your head, overthinking, ruminating about someone who you're not with. You're not talking to this person. You refuse to see the truth about a situation. Temperance, balance, peace. Okay, so you guys or this person may be fantasizing about you to regulate their own loneliness. So if they're lonely, they'll create a fake relationship with you in their mind to cope with their own loneliness, like the void. So you met them and now they're attached to you. They're in a one-sided relationship with you because they're lonely and you said hi to them, you were nice to them. So now they think there's a possibility of a connection. They romanticized what was going on. This person's really lonely. And I don't want to say dangerous. I'm not going to say that. But they're really lonely and you were nice to a lonely person. You treated them well, but you didn't really have any intentions of being with them like that. You were just being nice. That's your normal way of communicating. You're charming, nice, supportive. And this person thinks that it means you're supposed to be together. It don't mean that. This person's kind of wonky mentally. Mercury and Pisces. They could have a debilitated Mercury. Neptune aspecting Mercury. Mercury in Sagittarius or Pisces. Mercury on the South Node, Moon Mercury opposition. There's something going on with their Mercury. They don't. Their perception of reality is warped by their own loneliness and projections. Ace of Swords again. Honest, clear-cut communication. What are we doing here? Cutting through the confusion and the fog. Six of Wands. Somebody just wants attention. Somebody wants attention. You gave them attention. So they think you're together, or you could be together, or you're compatible, or you like them. And you don't like them like that. Two of Cups. Strength card. You know, this person may say they want to be with you, but I don't. The Two of Cups isn't mutual attraction, but for some reason, I think this is a person's imagination. I don't think this is real. I don't think this is real. Or they may communicate with you that they want to be with you. And they've been fixated on this idea. Five out of Eight of Swords in the Temperance card. This is Sagittarius energy. Leo energy. Hierophant. King of Swords. A commitment with an air sign. Ten of Cups. Yeah, it's okay. You're not talking to them. This is a square. This is Taurus and this is Aquarius. Squares represent incompatible ideas, incompatible paths, incompatible interests. There's a conflict here between perception and reality. Somebody says, I don't want to be with you, King of Swords. But this person wants a commitment. I don't, this, you know, this can be read many different ways, but in the context of this reading, I feel like it's a one-sided connection. Somebody wants commitment, and this King of Swords may not be interested in that. It's kind of one-sided. This person is, look at their face. And look at their face. Yay, this is the best thing ever. 10 of Cups. We'll see. Cloud by the Ace of Swords and the Six of Wands. The Page of Pentacles and the Magician. Someone trying to manifest a connection. 10 of Swords. I knew, right, because there was a separation or breakup where somebody did not want to do this. Cloud by the Two of Cups and the Strength card. It seems 9 of Wands, right. I'm trying to take it out, but it flipped, but it came out upright. 9 of Wands is like preparing for battle. Ace of Wands. Someone's not listening. They're preparing to fight for this. Fight for what? This is one-sided. This person already ended this. They walked away. 10 of Swords. So somebody is mistaking red flags for 6 flags. This person has shown them that they're not interested. The King of Swords is not interested. How does the King of Swords feel about the collective or the situation? What is their role in the situation? How do they feel? There's confusion here. I don't know what I want. I don't know who I am. 8 of Wands. Yes, okay. Something was already communicated, either directly or indirectly. Now, maybe this person was elusive on purpose to manipulate the situation. And now one person thinks that there's more going on than what's actually happening. It's like someone leading another person on to get what they want out of a situation, and then they have no interest. This is 10 of Cups and 10 of Swords. There's 2 incompatible energies here. This is Gemini, this is Pisces, it's square. This is Taurus and Aquarius, it's square. Nope, somebody's not listening. Is there a square in this chart? Saturn square Mercury, Sun square Moon, Mercury square Moon in the synastry reading between you guys. Like one person saying one thing and it's being misinterpreted. There could be Mercury Neptune aspect too. Mercury conjunct Neptune, square Neptune, opposing Neptune in the synastry chart, where it's like it's not resonating. Every time this person speaks, it's being misinterpreted or filtered a different way. The person said, I don't want to date anybody right now. All you hear is right now. You're not hearing that they don't want to be with you. That means they don't want to be with you. You're not the person they want to be with. It's always in a reason. And you're trying to fight for this? Fight for what? Clap for the 9 of Wands and the Ace of the Hermit reverse. Someone does not want to be alone. They're lonely. So to deal with their loneliness, they've created this fake relationship or fantasy about someone they're dating or someone that they had contact with a long time ago. This person hasn't spoken to you in a long time. 8 of Swords and the 10 of Swords and the Hermit card reverse. They haven't spoken to you in a long time. So they're not interested. Why aren't you seeing that? Why don't you want to see that? I think it's not because you love this person. I think it's because you're lonely and you want company, or you have abandonment issues, something of that nature. So that's the problem. One of the problems here is that you don't want to see this for what it is because you're alone or you're lonely, and you're using the fantasy of this person to fill in some sort of emotional void, and you're kind of low-key stalking them. Are you stalking them? Let me get a Doreen Virtue card. Okay, what's going on between these two people? This could be interpreted many different ways, but for the context of this reading, I feel like it's unrequited love. This person's not with you physically. And the King of Swords is here. Not the King of Cups, not the King of Pentacles, not the King of Wands. This is a cold, detached person who does not care. And you're like, let's get married. What you mean? Like, this is a divorced person or someone who does not make emotional connections or relationships. They don't care about that. They're detached, and you're trying to attach to somebody who's detached from you. It's draining, isn't it? It's exhausting to be delusional. I think you realize at this point that it's over. Or you don't want to believe it, but it's been over. They never wanted to be with you like that. It sounds horrible to say it that way, but that's the reality. But you don't really care about them anyway. You just don't want to be alone. It's like as long as you're fantasizing about them, you can pretend to be in a relationship that you're not in. And so you don't feel as lonely. So you're attached to somebody who doesn't want to be with you. They never wanted to be with you. Pay attention to the red flags. Reconciliation and chemistry. Someone from the past is returning to you. There's a strong magnetic attraction there. The red flags is that it's a one-sided situation. It's not mutual. There is chemistry here, but you're confusing chemistry with compatibility with long-term relationship possibilities. It's not that. It's just probably sex or, just conversation and flirting. It's not that serious. I don't see this. Let me get some more insight, please. How does this person, the King of Swords, feel about the audience? Or how does the King of Swords feel about the situation in general? As a matter of fact, is there anybody else here? Let your friends help you. Forgive me. Is there anybody else here? Are there any other court cards here? No. Only one person in here. Only one court card. This is a one-sided. Your friends can give you advice about how to proceed with this. Tell them what's going on with you, and then they'll probably give you some good advice about your delusions. You've done this before, more than likely. You've attached to somebody who's not good for you, doesn't want to be with you. You need to listen to some advice. This is not going to work. This person doesn't want to be with you. There's no other person here but you. There's no other court card. The major arcanas don't count. I'm talking about the court cards. Kings, princesses, knights, queens, nothing. There's no one else here but you. The Queen of Pentacles is here, but this is not the same spread. The King of Swords is not someone who wants to be in a relationship. They don't care about that. All they care about is working, paying their bills. They don't have an emotional connection or attachment to the situation, unfortunately. This is you. The red flags. You're ignoring them, though. We have chemistry. I'm attracted to them. Let your friends help you. It's a one-sided attraction here. Advice for the collective as it pertains to the situation. It's one-sided. It's biased. Advice for the collective as it pertains to the situation. Create, check in, detach, pay attention again, pivot, celebrate. Okay. Create. You are being asked to connect with your creative side in whatever way feels best. This part of you needs extra attention right now. It needs to be expressed in a bigger way. Yeah. You've created this fake relationship with this person. Use that creative, imaginative Pisces energy and, produce something. Write a book, paint, draw, dance, make music, cook, do something creative with all this energy. You're deluding yourself about the situation. You've made this fake relationship up in your head because you're lonely. Create, check in. When you think about whatever it is that you're pondering, take a moment to check in with how you feel about it. Why are you so obsessed with this person who obviously doesn't want to be with you because they're not even talking to you? They're far away from you. They haven't spoken to you in weeks, months, years. I'm not going to say days. I would say months they haven't spoken to you. Because days or weeks are still, whatever. But months they haven't spoken to you. Or years. Yet you're still checking your phone to see if they're texting you, they're going to text you. You haven't moved on yet. Do you feel lighter or heavier? You feel heavier, obviously. You're exhausted. Excited or filled with dread? This is sadness, 9 of Wands. Pay attention to your inner guidance. It's always so helpful. Let your friends help you also. Pay attention again. You're being asked to pay extra close attention to the signs you're being given, both the subtle ones and the ones that can't be missed. The sign that can't be missed is this person is not talking to you and they haven't spoken to you in a long time. That can't be missed. If they wanted to be with you, then they would at least check in with you to make sure that, you're still on the same page, that you keep them in your mind or your thoughts, that you know their intentions, that they're making plans. Like, they haven't even spoken to you. They're not interested. These signs will help you to see how to best move forward in order to live your best life. Detach. You're being asked to detach from something that you've been holding on to. You're being asked to detach from something that you've been holding on to. You're exhausted. You're resisting what this person is doing to you. You're resisting this loss or this release because you're lonely and you feel like if you let this person go, the fantasy of them go, you'll be by yourself. So you're using the ghost or the memory of this person as a pseudo surrogate partner. There's an old story about this. I forgot the name of it. I keep forgetting. It's one of my favorite short stories. It was about a woman whose husband died, and instead of burying him, she let his decomposing body. She laid next to his decomposing body for years until she died. She didn't bury the dead body. She was attached to the memory or the physical vessel of her husband, but it was dead and gone, and the body was rotting for years. And then when she died, they found out that the body was still in the bed with her the whole time. Something like that. Something weird. You're attached to the idea of this person, of who you wanted them to be, but not because you want to be with them, but because you don't want to be alone. There are severe codependency issues here. You may have Chiron in Cancer or Leo, the fourth house. Chiron aspect of the moon, detachment issues. Pluto, moon aspects. Pluto, perhaps in, I don't know, Libra, Scorpio, Capricorn. Not Capricorn, Sagittarius. And it's like an opposition, a square conjunction to your moon or Mercury. There's something going on with detachment or some sort of anxiety disorder, separation anxiety. So you're in love with the idea of this person is ghost. They don't want to be with you. Pivot. Sometimes when things aren't falling into place after trying and trying, exhaustion, realization, mistakes, only you, resistance, trying and trying and trying, 9 of Wands. No matter how hard you try to make this work, no matter how much you pray for them, pine after them, no matter how long you're waiting for them to return to you, it doesn't happen. You gotta change directions. It's a square here. Pivoting, right? Changing your perspective about it so that you can make a different decision or have a different vantage point about this so that you can move differently. You're stuck. You're stuck to this person or the idea of who this person was. It is time to ask yourself if pivoting in some way would be a good idea so that your life can flow more easily and effortlessly. How could you pivot even just a little bit? Right, resistance, exhaustion. This person or the idea of this relationship is draining your energy. It's depleting you. Celebrate, have fun, enjoy life, enjoy yourself. 6 of Wands is here. You're being asked to celebrate recent accomplishments, no matter how big or small. Once you separate from this person, detach from them, celebrate that. Treat yourself to, a nice dinner, a vacation, some sweets. Like, celebrate the victory of releasing this person, finally. Do something special to commemorate the moment. You deserve that and much more. Yeah, this is a small victory for you once you walk away from this, because this person doesn't want to be with you. If they wanted to be with you, then they would be. When a man or a woman wants to be with someone, there's nothing that can stop them. Nothing. And this person hasn't spoken to you in months, maybe even years, and you're still like wondering when they'll call. If they do call you back, it's going to be on some BS. Why? No. There's no way. No way. They're gonna call you after they're done with somebody else. So now you'll play second fiddle. You'll be their second option, their backup plan, their bench player, a placeholder. Is that what you want for your life? No. Mm-mm. Spirit guides, more advice, please, for the collective as it pertains to this message. More advice for my audience in particular. My channel is not big enough for the collective yet, so I'm going to speak to my audience subscribers. Like, this is a very specific message. More advice, please. True intentions. Stay authentic and aligned. Trusting your inner vision to guide you towards genuine fulfillment. Right. So why are you so obsessed with this person, or the idea of a reconnection or reconciliation with this person? If they come back to you, what are their true intentions? After not speaking to you for months or years even, what are their true intentions? What do they really want? Stay authentic and aligned. Trusting your inner wisdom. You're not doing that the hermit in reverse because you're lonely. And so you'll be desperate and take this person back because you don't want to be by yourself. Or you're afraid of someone getting what you wanted. Like, if you were in love with this person, you're afraid that by rejecting them, you're going to give them to somebody else, or they'll leave and be with someone else. So this is a deep insecurity about yourself, your value. You're in love with a mirage, an illusion, not a real person. Please continue this message for the collective. My eye is burning now. Trust the process. Embrace uncertainty. Have faith in the journey unfolding before you, right? And the journey is not with this person. You see this journey here? I'm going to say lonely road. It's lonely for now, but loneliness is a state of mind. It's not a reality. So it's like, you may feel this way, but yeah, you have to heal yourself before you can be with someone else. You have a journey ahead of you to like deal with whatever issues that are causing you to fantasize about a person who doesn't want to be with you, who hasn't spoken to you. You're creating these illusions and this fantasy about this person that's not real. You're married to the idea of who you thought they were, or who you wanted them to be. Release and renew. Release the idea of commitment to this person. Embrace the flow of letting go to welcome renewal, allowing new energy to shape your path. This is old and exhausted. It's worn out. Commitment. Commit to this next stage in your development, and there will be a promise fulfilled in some form in your development. This is committing to you, not to the idea of this other person who doesn't want to be with you. Not because, you're flawed or whatever. You're just not compatible. Or they have other things going on, or they're not compatible with you. Like, you're assuming that if they reconcile with you, you'll be happy. No, they could be an asshole. They could be an alcoholic. They could be abusive. So you really have to appreciate the separation and let it go. Rejection is God's protection at this point. For you anyway, for your own development. Because I don't think you're emotionally healthy enough for a relationship because you're so clingy. And not just clingy, but you delude yourself about other people. You're attached to the idea of what you want people to be more than the reality. That's very dangerous. Suppose this person was a damn serial killer or a drug addict. They can take you down with them, and you will go down with them because you don't have a sense of self yet. You're not independent, you're codependent. Not even interdependent, you're codependent on whoever you're involved with. You need validation from these people. You need their attention. You want their attention. It doesn't matter what kind of attention you get. It's just attention. There could be issues with the fifth house or Leo. Or the sun. Neptune square the sun. It could be a transit or a natal chart situation. So Neptune in Pisces, you know, Pisces in general, this is a codependent sign. It's a sign where you don't have an individual identity. Your identity is based on your relationships with other people or your ability to help others, to sacrifice for others, merging with the other. There's no independence with Pisces, and you have to learn how to create boundaries for yourself. Respect yourself enough to want better for you. Respect yourself enough to want more than someone who won't speak to you for 2 years or 10 months or 5 months at a time. What kind of relationship is that? Would you want that for yourself? Why would you want to be with someone who would treat you like that? Swift action, wealth, empathy, promises, commitment, again, affection, inner strength, auspicious outcomes. You will enter a time of expansion, so begin taking steps towards achieving your ultimate objective immediately. Finances will miraculously improve. Oh, and someone has their mind on you. What I believe is that once you forget this person and focus on yourself, your life will grow. It'll become more expansive, happier, more prosperous. And then this person may come back. But why would you want someone who hasn't spoken to you for however long to come back into your life? Especially if they've done it more than once and they've resisted you the whole time. You're not together. When you were together, they didn't treat you well. So yeah, focus on yourself, because once you do that, your life is going to grow and prosper. And this person more than likely will come back. 2 of Cups, 9 of Wands. They'll come back once you work on yourself, but you shouldn't be doing it for that reason. Maybe they're teaching you to do that, to like focus on your own gifts, your own needs, your own goals, your own identity. And once you do that, you'll elevate, and then they'll be attracted to your energy. But they're not going to be attracted to you as you are. Codependent, weak, needy, clingy, depressed, identity issues, no boundaries, low self-respect. They don't want to deal with that either. Only to exploit you. And they're done exploiting you for now. So they're gone. More information, please, for the collective. Compassion. 2020. Mercy, diplomacy, potential, service, recovery, adaptability, renewal. It is a confirmation that your assumptions and beliefs are correct, but it's also an encouragement to use your talents and gifts because they will benefit the world and your pockets. Some of you are, I mentioned the create card earlier. You've created a fantasy about this person that is not with you anymore, and instead you should be creating something else from your imaginative abilities, right? Writing a book, starting a podcast, making clothes, doing art, cooking, gardening, using your gifts to create beauty and fantasy for yourself without this person. You've made this whole little, what's it called? Metaverse with you and this person that's not talking to you. And you could have taken that energy to create your own metaverse where your life is perfect. You're creating the life that you want for yourself with or without this person, but you must do it without this person because they're not going to be here. They're not waiting for you either. You're waiting for them. You're going to stall your own development and progress. You'll be stuck, exhausted, resisting the reality of what's going on, clinging to a person who doesn't want to be with you. So this is an opportunity for you to like cultivate your own gifts and use your gifts to help others. Not just help others, but to enrich yourself and enrich the whole planet with beautiful music or poetry or food or fantasy. Using the energy of Pisces, not to sacrifice yourself for somebody else, but to create beautiful things for the collective to heal whatever heart wounds they have, whatever issues they have with identity or, femininity, relationships. Use your energy for that, not to create a metaverse for this person who's not there anymore. They're not going to come back until you do this. And then if they do come back and you've leveled up, would you still want to be with them? More than likely, no. Because you would have healed. One more, please, and I'm going to close it out. Again, commitment. How many times I'm seeing commitment here? You got to commit to yourself. Loyalty, responsibility, truth, love, light, spiritual realm, growth, solutions. Applying honesty and light daily is a fast track to creating a peaceful and meaningful life. Creating something. A peaceful and meaningful life. The life you had with this person was not peaceful. It was full of anxiety and angst and longing and depression and, missing this person, loneliness. That's not peaceful and meaningful. Some of you guys believe that your life has no meaning unless you have a man or woman, or boyfriend or girlfriend, or husband or wife. It has no meaning unless you're with someone else. If you believe that, you're going to stay stuck in this place, resistant, exhausted, alone, lonely, unfulfilled, depressed, isolated, confused, just drifting away, drifting through time and space because you feel like this person is your salvation, or any man or any woman is your salvation. You can't think this way. It is how you find solutions and comfort. Release worries by speaking your truth and expressing your emotions regularly. Open up for the best is yet to come. Speaking your truth. Creatively. Writing, right? Podcast. I don't know. Baking, cooking, sewing. Doing something with your hands. Doing something creative. Let me get one more card and then we'll close it out. I'll use Gaia today. It's already 42 minutes. Spirit guides, please continue this message for the collective. Continue the message for the collective. Please, I'm going to do one more after this, a journal prompt, because I think that is what's warranted here. More information for the collective. We have loss again. Goddess of creation and reflection. I haven't seen this card before. Grief, sadness, resurrection. Grieving the loss of this relationship, the loss of the idea of who you thought this person was, and also the loss of yourself. You've lost yourself somewhere in your life. At some point in your life, you forgot who you were. You don't know who you are. You're resurrecting. You're finding yourself again through this whole process. Goddess of creation. So by creating something for yourself and other people, you'll be able to resurrect or rediscover yourself in some way. Transformation, creativity, and wholeness. You're a very creative person, whoever this is. And now, the 5th house is the house of Leo. This is the house of creativity and romance and love. Some people become obsessed with relationships because they're not cultivating their creative gifts or expressing them in some way. It's like men who have a procreation fetish. They have a bunch of kids that they can't take care of because they don't feel like they're fully self-actualized. So they're not harnessing or honing their creative gifts. They're not creating the world that they want to live in. They're at the mercy of other people. They don't have any freedom of expression in some way. And so they make kids, a bunch of children they can't take care of, as a way to like offset that sense of loss, or that sense of loneliness, or a lack of creative expression or connection to oneself. Somebody's doing this. Reflection, illusion, self-examination, and distortion. Pisces energy. Mercury is in Pisces. Some of you guys could have Mercury in a mutable sign, because Neptune is making an affliction. Jupiter is also in opposition or square to the mutable signs Then we have Saturn. Then we have, it's a lot going on here. So yeah, you'll have to reflect about what's going on here. But you don't want to do that. The Hierophant reverse. You don't want to be with your own thoughts. You're afraid of being alone. There's a fear of loneliness or abandonment. So yeah, you've created this whole metaverse in your brain. This weird, not weird, because it's not bad. A place where you can fantasize about people to avoid being lonely. And you believe in the fantasy. They become your reality, or you're trapped by these fantasies. They're preventing you from self-actualizing, from optimizing your skills, your gifts, your creativity. You're so focused on a relationship that you're not focusing on yourself. One more, please. Thank you very much. What boundaries need to be created or strengthened within my relationship? Where can I create more space? To create more healthy boundaries, we must first get in tune with our own needs, desires, and feelings, and believe we are worthy of them. Your identity, your self-expression, your life, your existence, your being, your gifts. Where are you in all of this? This person is not going to compensate for that. You're using them to compensate for a lack of connection with yourself. If I connect with a man or woman and they give me attention and validation, I don't need to give it to myself. It's kind of like a parasitic energy, just to keep it 100. You're using someone to feed yourself, someone else's energy to feed you. And it's not symbiotic, because you have nothing to give them, because you don't know who you are. So you're giving them a fake version of yourself, something that's not nutritional, or it's not robust or healthy. It's like a snack or like a piece of candy. If you don't know who you are, then what value are you to someone else who you want to be with? So you're looking for validation by way of a relationship. You're looking for someone to love you so you can love yourself. I need you to love me so I have permission to love myself. Why would they want to be with that? And that's why you're resisting the loss. You're resisting the separation or the breakup, because you need them, or the idea of them being there made you feel better about yourself, even though in reality this relationship was not good for you. Obviously, because you're not together. But you want to believe, you need to believe that you can be together, or that you will be together in the future, because then you'll have hope for yourself or the future. You'll have hope. You'll feel less lonely. It's like being in a relationship with a ghost. In your relationships, it is essential to know where they end and where you begin. Boundaries, Pisces energy. There's no separation between me and you. It's just we're codependent, we're interdependent, we're combined, intertwined, enmeshed, integrated. There's no separation. That's very dangerous, because if this person is toxic, or if you're toxic, you're both going down. You're both going straight to hell. If this person has issues, they will drag you to the white meat for years. And you'll say, well, you'll think you deserve it, or you'll think that being dragged to the white meat is better than being by yourself, because you don't know who you are and you don't know your value. So I'd rather be dragged to the white meat by this person than be alone, because being alone is like being in a void. There's nothing there. I don't know who I am. I'm confused. I don't have any boundaries. I don't have any value. I don't know who I am. I'd rather be tortured. Like, okay, being punished or abused in a relationship makes you feel alive, like you're actually existing. You feel like you don't exist without a relationship. This is dangerous. You can't be with someone in this space. So because you feel like you don't exist without a relationship, you need to create a fake one with this person. to feel like your life has meaning, or it's actually here. Something's happening. You got motion because someone else is giving you, or the idea of someone else is giving you visibility, is giving you relevancy, is giving you significance in some way or importance. The idea of this person, the memory of them. Okay, there's a lot going on here that has nothing to do with this person who left. This is you. You can't let them go because you feel like you don't exist without this person or someone else. When we separate our energy from others, separation, boundaries, we gain clarity. Ace of Swords. There's a resistance here. And I mentioned the Pisces energy. There's no separation. The sky and the water are the same color. You're resisting the separation. You're deluding yourself about the nature of this relationship, how they felt about you, or why you want to be with them. You see, the sky and the earth are also meshed together as a fog. There's a lot of Neptune here. This foggy, watery energy, unclear, unsure, no boundaries here. And it's not a bad thing necessarily. Pisces is not a bad sign, but it can be dangerous if you don't know who you are, because we have a lot of people in the world who are very toxic. And if you don't know who you are and you're looking for external validation, this person can drag you to hell with them, taking your health, your money, your youth, your happiness, your time. Look at Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston. That dynamic was very Piscean. Whitney Houston was a Pisces ascendant, Pisces rising, and she had Neptune square her ascendant sign. So that's addictions, escapism, right? Destroying herself for the sake of saving her relationship with Bobby Brown. And what did she get at the end of that? But poverty and shame and losing her voice and all this other stuff. So no, you're not ready for this. This person needs to stay away from you. Then we stop doing things that no longer align with ourselves, like pining after someone who doesn't want to be with you. If you're an empath, you can still be compassionate towards others without taking on their stuff. And that's exactly what you would do in this situation if they were still with you. They may have addictions, mental health issues, and you're not prepared to deal with that. You're not strong enough yet. It is safe to trust that you are not here to fix anyone or to save anyone from themselves. Save yourself first. Today's mantra: I have everything I need within me now to create. Is the Magician here? Was it here? Here it is. Gemini energy. Jupiter's in Gemini. You have everything you need to, you have everything you need. You are complete as a person. You don't need this person that you're pining after, or this limerence situation you got going on. You don't need this person to validate you or to give you a sense of identity, life, purpose, like of being. I'm here. I exist because he's looking at me. He wants to be with me, or she wants to be with me. Now I exist. No. I need within me. Okay, I have everything I need within me now, and so do they. I'm worthy of my needs, and I set boundaries based on what is best for me. This is not what's best for you because you're not ready. You'll be ready soon, though, courtesy of this eclipse in Pisces, because eclipses are about clarification and awakenings, right? Things being released, seeing things for what they are and having the courage to release them. For example, you're pining after someone for 15 months, whatever, and then you see them with somebody else. Oh, they really don't want to be with me. They're not dead. They're not lonely. They're with somebody else. They chose to be with that person. When they told you they couldn't be with you, they didn't have time for you, and they make time for somebody else. Then you'll wake up to the reality of your delusions. Something like that. Where can I create more space? Instead of filling yourself up with busy work and things to do, like fantasizing about someone who's not there, That's also busy work. It's also filling a void. Create more sacred space in your schedule, in your home, your mind, your lungs, and in your heart. Take time to just be. But you can't be if you don't know who you are and you're looking for someone else to give you form and structure. It's like if a tree falls down in a forest and no one's there to hear it, does it make a sound? If you're in a space alone and no one's there to look at you, observe you, give you attention, do you exist? Do you exist without people giving you attention and validation? Are you here? Are you significant? Are you important? If the world is, has turned its back on you, not facing you, walking away from you, far away, that's not a bad thing. It's actually a great space to be in. Because when you're by yourself, your energies can't be contaminated with other people's mess. Now you have the ability to heal yourself, purify your space, cultivate your talents and gifts without being, influenced by other people's energies, their intentions, what they want, schedules, responsibilities. You have this space and a time to fully be without other people around you if you're alone. Because when you're with somebody else, I want to go to dinner. Let's have sex. Let's do this. Let's talk, right? They're imposing themselves upon you. I mean, it's reciprocal too, yeah. But when you're alone, you have the freedom to just be for real without responsibilities, without other people telling you what you should do or what they want you to do or how you should be based on what they want for themselves. So if you've complained about, I don't know, not being treated well, being ignored, being abandoned or disrespected in some way, if you've been treated that way, by being alone, you have the opportunity to repair all those situations. Because it's like, if other people have given you a hard time throughout your life, being alone is a safe space for you. I'm not saying that relationships are bad. I think relationships are healthy. But you were trained to accept and absorb negative energy, to accept and deal with and tolerate bad relationships. You need to heal and be by yourself so that you know what a healthy relationship looks and feels like by being with yourself. So once you create a healthy relationship with yourself, you'll be able to have healthy relationships with other people. Because the people in your life right now, they don't have the capacity or the desire or the ability to teach you how to love yourself in the way you need to. They may teach you how to love yourself in a way that benefits them. And you don't want that right now. You want to love yourself in a way that's conducive to your own happiness, your own peace of mind, your own creativity, your own fulfillment, your own enrichment, elevation, prosperity, evolution, not what they want you to do. It's almost like someone putting a seed in soil versus putting a seed in a pot. A potted plant versus a plant that's grown in the ground. In a potted plant, the space, the roots are limited. The space that the plant has to grow is limited to the pot that is within, right? That's like a relationship. You can only grow so much when you're in a relationship with somebody, because that person has expectations. They have standards. They have things they want from you. And, ideally, what the person wants from you is aligned with what you want for yourself, ideally. But more often than not, it doesn't happen. You may want to go back to school. They don't want you to go to school. They may want to have 2, 3 kids. You want to have 1 kid. So it's like other people's expectations of you have can limit your growth and potential. And that's where you are right now, because you have no boundaries and you don't know who you are. So if you were to date somebody, they would limit your potential and growth, because you'll start to become what you think they want you to be or they need you to be to maintain their happiness. You can't do that right now. You're not ready. Okay. Do a clutter detox of your schedule, home, and innermost self. Decluttering other people's expectations of you, brainwashing, conditioning, their validation. I need you to look at me and see me so that I exist. That's not real. You got to see yourself first. And the best way you can see yourself is by creating something. Creating children, music, art, poetry, writing, whatever. Right? Now you're seeing an extension of yourself in what you're creating versus looking for someone else to give you love and affection and attention to validate your existence. So once they leave, what happens to you? You don't exist anymore when they leave? You disappear? You don't have any more value when they walk away from you? Does that make sense? Why do they have so much power? Why do they have more power over you than you have over yourself? Why are they worth more to you than you are worth to yourself? You have to deal with that. You're not ready for this. Make space. Clarity will come. The Ace of Swords will come. An epiphany, an awakening, awareness. Right? Okay. I'm going to leave it there. This is an hour long. I know you guys don't like the longer readings, but that's okay. Thank you guys for listening. I look forward to your feedback. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon.